The top stories tonight in Y News. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. issues a directive to national government agencies calling for a comprehensive review of the implementation of the full devolution initiative. The Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police vow to continue their operations against the New People's Army. The Bureau of Corrections, or Bucor, eyes to transfer persons deprived of liberty who have been sentenced for minor crimes and are currently incarcerated under the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. And former United States President Donald Trump files a court petition seeking immunity from criminal prosecutions. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Monday, December 25, 2023. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Marvy Delphine. First in the news. A significant number of travelers bound for Mindanao have found themselves staying at the Manila North Port passenger terminal since Saturday due to rescheduling. Originally scheduled to depart on Sunday, journeys of around 300 passengers have been postponed to Tuesday due to a delay in the ship's return to Manila. The shipping line attributes this delay to the lingering effects of the recent storm Kabayan. This sudden change in schedule has affected nearly 300 passengers, with variations in the notification process. Some were promptly informed, while others received the advisory late, and unfortunately, some did not receive the reschedule notice at all.
Dapat kasi may yun message. Sabi nila nag-message naman daw, wala naman kami na-receive. Kinuha nila yung lahat ng number namin. Wala naman kami na-receive na kahit isang message.
Pero wala kami yung nakita sa
Yung sa social media naman, sa Facebook nila, chinek naman namin, wala naman yung nakalagay na Di ba dapat nakapost yun? Wala naman. Kaya pumunta na lang kami dito. Pagdating na namin dyan sa labas, siya kanila sinabi na sa mamaya pa, hapon, umaga.
Yun po, hindi mo na namin nabasa na nag-text pa yung togo sa aming cellphone. Hindi namin nabasa na ganun po ang nangyari, na-cancel po. Kaya po, ang tinanong po namin dito sa staff dito sa dito sa port, ang mangyari daw 26 na daw po umaga, alas 6 umaga po ang alis dito.
Yun nga sir, traffic. Sabi nila dapat daw umaga kasi traffic. Yun, kaya pumunta na kami dito ng umaga.
So okay lang sa inyo na natin lang?
Okay lang po sir, okay lang naman.
Importante.
Ang importante makaalis kami, makauwi kami sa bukid nun.
Excited tayo.
Excited na sir, di bali na dito kami nagpapasko, doon naman kami mag-New Year.
In an effort to ease the inconvenience, the Port Authority police have stepped in. They provided free lugaw to satisfy the hunger of the stranded passengers. Additionally, a projector screen has been set up, offering a diversion for those waiting at the port, allowing them to watch and pass the time while awaiting their rescheduled flights. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. wants to clarify the responsibilities of local governments before fully implementing the plan for full devolution, where some responsibilities of the national government will be transferred to local government units. President Marcos directed the relevant agencies to expedite the study on this matter. Nelma Ribuhok will tell us why.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has directed national government agencies to conduct a thorough review for the implementation of the full devolution initiative and to release a list of responsibilities to be transferred to local governments. Specifically, President Marcos instructed the National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA to submit the comprehensive study on full devolution by the end of February 2024. In a meeting held at the Malacanang last week, President Marcos cited the need to first define and determine the priority core functions and services that should be devolved to the local government units or LGU. The funding and schedule of implementation of the functions and services shall be determined after coming with the definition and after determining the functions and services of the LGUs. President Marcos also tasked the Department of the Interior and Local Government or DILG to coordinate with the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines to identify services and jobs to be done based on the devolution transition plans of the national government. DILG has until the end of January 2024 to submit their analysis report to the Office of the President. Under the Executive Order Number 138, former President Rodrigo Duterte has approved the devolution of some functions to the local government units from the national government. The former president said the functions, services, and facilities that will be fully devolved to LGUs no later than the end of fiscal year 2024 shall include those under the Local Government Code. Based on the initial study of the Department of Budget and Management, more than 400 municipalities are currently unable to implement large-scale projects and still require assistance from the national government. According to DBM Secretary Amena Pangandaman, the primary challenge for some municipalities at present is their technical capacity and expertise to successfully carry out large projects. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, we serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, as well as the Philippine National Police, will continue their operations against the New People's Army. This is despite the unilateral ceasefire declaration of the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, from December 25 to December 26, 2023. Rosalie Coz explains why.
The government forces will not suspend their military and non-military operations. This is despite the unilateral ceasefire declaration of the Communist Party of the Philippines, or CPP, for its 55th anniversary. This marks the first holiday truce declared by the Communist rebels since December 2019. The tactical offensives of the New People's Army, or NPA, will be suspended for 2 days, from 12:01 a.m. of December 25 to 11:59 p.m. of December 26, Tuesday. The guerrilla offensive operations of the NPA will resume on December 27. According to the CPP, the ceasefire declaration is also in solidarity with people's traditional holiday celebrations. However, the government forces have not reciprocated the truce declared by the insurgents. In a statement, National Security Council spokesperson Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya emphasized what National Security Advisor Eduardo Año had mentioned before: there will be no suspension of military and non-military operations. This is despite the agreement of the two sides to have exploratory talks on the possible resumption of peace negotiations. This means the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police will continue their campaign to defeat all armed threats to the country, including the NPA. The National Security Council spokesperson also mentioned that the government has learned from the lessons of the past, where ceasefires are used by the CPP, NPA, and NDF to regroup and attack innocent civilians. Rosalie Coz, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Department of Agriculture has officially cleared 14 provinces from the threat of avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu, this year. The latest provinces to receive this designation are Maguindanao and Isabela, with the agency reporting no new cases in the past 90 days. These avian influenza-free provinces also include Camarines Sur, Davao del Sur, Cotabato, Pangasinan, Ilocos Norte, Aurora, Quezon, Capiz, Batangas, Ilocos Sur, South Cotabato, and Rizal. However, data from the Bureau of Animal Industry indicates that 12 provinces are still affected by the disease, with only 2 having active cases. These affected provinces are Bataan and Tarlac, particularly in Balanga and Concepcion, respectively. Bird flu has had a significant global impact, affecting 50 countries worldwide and resulting in the death of approximately 316 million poultry. To address this, the Department of Agriculture took proactive measures by releasing guidelines on November 3rd for the vaccination against avian influenza. And for the news abroad, in a legal maneuver filed on Saturday, former United States President Donald Trump is urging the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn a lower court ruling that rejected an election subversion case, one that delves into the complex terrain of presidential immunity. Trump's argument contends that the lower court's ruling, which dismissed the case related to his alleged undermining of the 2020 U.S. election results, should be overturned. His legal team asserts that during the contested period, Trump was acting in his official capacity to maintain the integrity of the election process. Furthermore, the attorneys representing Trump argue a critical point: to sit in judgment of a sitting president, there must be approval by way of impeachment and conviction. They assert that since neither of these processes has occurred, Trump maintains absolute immunity from legal proceedings related to his actions during the 2020 election. In the midst of these legal maneuvers, the trial is scheduled to take place on March 4th. However, Trump, engaged in a battle over his claimed immunity, has attempted to delay the proceedings. A chartered plane carrying 303 Indian nationals, including 11 minors, faced delays at Vatry Airport, situated 150 kilometers east of Paris, France. The aircraft, originally en route from the United Arab Emirates to Nicaragua, unexpectedly halted in France for what authorities claim to be refueling and supply purposes, as stated by the prosecutor's office. Concerns have been raised about the passengers possibly being victims of human trafficking, and French authorities reportedly received an anonymous tip regarding this situation. It's worth noting that the chartered plane is registered outside the European Union. Legend Airlines, the involved company, insists they were not responsible for ticket sales. Following questioning, the cabin crew was released, with the airline asserting that they have had a long-standing relationship with Legend Airlines. Despite repeated inquiries, the airline has refused to disclose the identity of the company that chartered the plane. Under French law, if proven, organized human trafficking carries severe penalties, including imprisonment for up to 20 years and a substantial fine of $3.3 million. The Bureau of Corrections, or Bucor, eyes to transfer persons deprived of liberty, or PDLs, who have been sentenced for minor crimes and are currently incarcerated under the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, or BJMP. Dante Amento tells us why.
Bureau of Corrections Director General Gregorio Pio Catapang Jr. made a revelation on Monday, December 25, shedding light on the issue of recidivism among persons deprived of liberty, or PDL, sentenced for minor offenses. According to Catapang, approximately 13,000 individuals fall into this category, and recidivism, the tendency for an inmate to commit a crime again upon release, is becoming a prevalent concern. This phenomenon is particularly notable among PDLs incarcerated in Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, or BJMP, jail facilities.
Yung nakukulong ulit, dahil hindi sila nagkaroon ng proper reformation and proper turnover back to society.
In response to this challenge, Catapang is considering a strategic move. He envisions the transfer of PDL sentenced to 3 years and below from BJMP facilities to Bucor institutions. This shift aims to provide these individuals with more comprehensive correctional programs during their sentence, addressing the root causes of recidivism.
Yung lahat ng makukulong na masentensyado, whether 1 day to 3 years,
kailangan sa Bucor na?
Sa Bucor na po, para maiwasan po yung recidivism.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
On December 25th, a notable observation has been made at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3. Reports indicate a slight decrease in the number of passengers compared to the previous days. Gladys Tuwabi tells us why.
There have been no long queues of passengers observed at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3 on Monday, December 25.
Based on our observation, normal naman. Medyo pumonte ang pasahero ngayon compare kahapon and past few days.
According to Police Major Palma, one of the contributing factors to this decline is the high rate of flight ticket prices.
Maaaring attributed to habang lumalapit yung Kapaskuhan ay nagmamahal din yung mga ticket and yung iba ay nakapagsiuwian na sa kanilang mga paroronan.
He noted a gradual decrease in passenger numbers from December 22 to December 24. On December 22, there were 79,062 passengers, which decreased to 77,562 on December 23, and further reduced to 72,371 on December 24. Despite this decline, it's worth noting that no untoward incidents were recorded at NAIA Terminal 3, except for one passenger who fell victim to an online flight booking scam. In response to the scam, the police took the initiative to assist the affected passenger and ensured he could proceed with his flight to Mindanao. As we look ahead tomorrow night, December 26, an influx of passengers is expected, as many individuals are set to return home or resume work after the holiday period. Authorities will likely be closely monitoring the situation to ensure smooth travel for those making their way through the airport. Gladys Tuwabi, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
As the year 2023 draws to a close, public utility jeepney drivers find themselves grappling with yet another challenge, an impending oil price hike that is set to impact their already strained livelihoods. JP Nunez details why.
As the year comes to a close, public utility jeep drivers are bracing themselves for the final challenge of 2023. Another oil price hike that threatens to further burden their already challenging livelihoods. From oil industry players, the upcoming increase includes a rise of 1 peso and 70 centavos per liter of diesel, 1 peso and 60 centavos per liter of gasoline, and 1 peso and 54 centavos per liter of kerosene. This announcement has left jeepney drivers expressing concerns about the additional strain these hikes will impose on them as they transition into the year 2024.
Napakabilis tumaas, ang hirap bumaba. Yun ang inaano namin, kaya kami mga driver, yun ang ayaw na ayaw namin, yung pagtaas ng krudo.
Oo, mabigat na rin yun. Another ano na naman yun, tahirap na naman yun. Imbis na dagdag kita, nababawasan pa sa amin.
The drivers estimate that they may face a significant income loss, with projections suggesting they could lose around 200 pesos on their daily trips. This financial setback adds to the cumulative impact of multiple oil price hikes throughout the year.
Pangkain ng alak na yun kung may ipon mo yun, lalaki yun.
Dadagdag na naman, piso may get. Yung 7 to 800, mabababa, mga 500 to 600 na naman. Laking sa amin yung kabawasan sa kita.
The year-to-date net increase in diesel now stands at almost 6 pesos, while gasoline has seen a net increase of over 12 pesos, and kerosene has experienced an almost 2 peso net increase. Jeepney drivers are disheartened by the fact that the earlier provision of a 1 peso provisional fare increase has proven insufficient to cope with the continuous rise in diesel expenses.
Hindi naman kasi nahahatak din ng diesel hindi naman permis na maganda biyahe. Minsan may takbong basyo.
JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
In other global news, authorities in Florida, USA are intensifying their search for a gunman who opened fire in a mall over the holiday weekend, resulting in the death of one man and the injury of another. The suspect has been identified as Albert Shell Jr., a 39-year-old man who remains at large. He is facing a warrant of arrest for charges of premeditated first-degree murder and attempted premeditated first-degree murder. The Ocala Police Department has offered a $5,000 reward for information leading to his arrest.
The Ocala Police Department received a distressing call reporting a shooting at the Paddock Mall with multiple shots fired. Our focus now is on conducting a thorough investigation into this incident and apprehending the suspect. I assure you, we are working hard to bring justice to the victims.
Authorities believe that the shooting was an act of violence, and the victims, identified as 40-year-old David Nathaniel Barron and an injured woman, were found at the mall along with a believed firearm used in the incident. Meanwhile, law enforcement is searching for another man who allegedly tampered with critical evidence by taking the red hat left by the gunman at the Paddock Mall crime scene. This hat is thought to potentially contain valuable DNA evidence. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees, or UNRWA, reported a significant reduction in operational health centers. Maven Carizo tells us why.
In a report released on Sunday, December 24th, the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees, or UNRWA, highlighted a drastic decrease in operational health centers from 22 to 7. The reduction comes as healthcare providers, including doctors and midwives, work diligently to provide essential care to postnatal and high-risk pregnant women in the midst of an ongoing crisis. Approximately 50,000 pregnant women reside in Gaza, and over 180 births occurs daily amidst the severe strain on the healthcare system. On the same day, the leader of World Health Organization, or WHO, criticized the severe damage to Gaza's health system, praising healthcare professionals for their resilience in the face of challenging conditions. Healthcare in Gaza faces critical shortages, with only 38% of pre-conflict hospital beds and 30% of original health staff available. Despite international protections, hospitals have been repeatedly hit by 246 Israeli attacks as of December 20. 2 heavily damaged hospitals in northern Gaza are with patients pleading for food and water. Only 9 out of 36 hospitals in the besieged territory were partially functional, none in the north due to ongoing Israeli targeting of medical facilities. WHO described these scenes as unbearable conditions. Meanwhile, around 80% of Gaza's 2.3 million residents are displaced to southern Gaza, with tens of thousands in UN schools or makeshift tents. The 11-week war has claimed at least 20,424 Palestinian lives, including 166 in the past 24 hours, and left many injured with bodies trapped under the rubble. Maven Carizo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
In a tragic update, the death toll from one of the strongest earthquakes to hit China last week in the provinces of Gansu and Qinghai has now risen to 149, with 2 individuals still missing. The earthquake, which destroyed over 200,000 homes and rendered nearly 15,000 on the verge of collapse, has left 145,000 residents without shelter. Additionally, almost 800 people have been reported injured. Authorities attribute the severe damage to the shallow depth of the earthquake and the presence of soft sedimentary rock in the region. The structures in the area, primarily made of earth, wood, or stone, lack the necessary resilience against earthquakes. Rescue efforts in the region are facing challenges exacerbated by the harsh cold weather. Many residents have chosen to stay close to their homes despite the risks, complicating the ongoing rescue operations. In response to recent security concerns in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, the shipping giant Maersk is gearing up for a return to the operations in the region. This follows a U.S.-led military operation aimed at ensuring the safety of commerce in the area. In early December, the Denmark-based shipping company temporarily halted the dispatch of its vessels through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait due to attacks on its ships. Consequently, many vessels were unable to pass through the Suez Canal, a crucial route for global commerce. In recent weeks, other companies have also suspended voyages in the Red Sea due to safety concerns. The decision by Maersk to resume operations suggests a collaborative effort to address security challenges and safeguard the vital waterways for international trade. And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. Our Kasangbahay, as the world faces these trying times amid the various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity from Monday to Friday, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time, through the social media accounts of the Members Church of God International. And before we close, we will leave you with the word giving glory to God. From the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 6, it says, "Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts." And those are the reasons behind the news December 25, 2023. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. Because we need to know, we will always ask why. I am Marvy Delfin, live from Perth, Australia. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Ayun po, hindi muna namin nabasa na nag-text pa yung togo sa aming cellphone. Hindi namin nabasa na ganun po ang nangyari, na-cancel po. Kaya po, ang tinanong po namin dito sa staff dito sa dito sa port, ang mangyari daw 26 na daw po umaga, alas 6 umaga po ang alis dito.
Yun nga sir, traffic. Sabi nila dapat daw umaga kasi traffic. Yun, kaya pumunta na kami dito ng umaga. Okay lang naman. Ang importante makaalis kami, makauwi kami sa bukid nun. Excited na sir, di bali na dito kami nagpapasko, doon naman kami mag-New Year.
Based on our observation, normal naman, medyo pumunti ang pasahero ngayon compare kahapon and past few days. Maaaring attributed to habang lumalapit yung Kapaskuhan ay nagmamahal din yung mga ticket and yung iba ay nakapagsiuwian na sa kanilang mga paroroonan.
Yung nakukulong ulit dahil hindi sila nagkaroon ng proper reformation and proper turnover back to society. Yung lahat ng makukulong na masentensyado, whether 1 day to 3 years.
Kailangan sa Bucor na?
Sa Bucor na po para maiwasan po yung recidivism.
Napakabilis tumaas, ang hirap bumaba. Yun ang inaano namin, kaya kami mga driver, yun ang ayaw na ayaw namin yung pagtaas ng crudo.
Oo, mabigat na rin yun. Another na naman yun. Pahirap na naman yun. Imbis na dagdag kita, nababawasan pa sa amin.
Pangkain ng alak na yun kung may ipon mo yun, lalaki yun.
Dadagdag na naman, piso may get. Yung 700 to 800, mabababa. Mga 500 to 600 na naman. Laking sa amin yung kabawasan sa kita.
The Ocala Police Department received a distressing call reporting a shooting at the Paddock Mall with multiple shots fired. Our focus now is on conducting a thorough investigation into this incident and apprehending the suspect. I assure you, we are working hard to bring justice to the victims.